In this video, we will dive into the ultimate upgrade guide for Town Hall 17. This guide covers everything from base upgrade, lab upgrades, the hero hall, warehouse, equipment priorities, and more. Let's get started and make your Town Hall 17 journey smoother than a route rider cruising through walls. First, let's address the eagle in the room. Town Hall 17 has a new clan castle level with extra 5 housing space, giving a significant boost to your attacking side. Defensively, it's more of a meh, but hey, offense wins wars, right? Next up is the laboratory. Upgrading it early unlocks troop upgrades. Now, assuming your barracks and spell factories were upgraded before transitioning to Town Hall 17, we will focus on traps next. Let's sprinkle them all around to catch those sneaky Hawk Riders off guard. Now comes the fun part, builder assignments. Let's give each builder a purpose and a bit of personality. Builder 1, doing the clan castle upgrade. Builder 2, upgrading the lab. Let's also start placing the new archer tower. We will bring builder number 3 and he will be focusing on the new merged archer tower. Let him be builder number 4 and after he's done with the archer tower, let him place the new merged cannon. Builder number 5 on the hero hall. Upgrading it nice and early will make us able to upgrade the heroes to new levels. Builder number 6 and he will be placing the new fire spitter. It's your new best friend against enemies. Time to move to the progress phase where we can easily see the magic happen. As always, place your items that you cannot upgrade at Town Hall 17 in block 0. This is basically our do not disturb zone. After that, we're gonna place everything else in a very logical and efficient way. This type of progress base is something that you will not see anywhere else, so stick around. Let's break it down builder by builder. Builder 1. The hardworking fella kicks things off with the clan castle upgrade. Once that's done, he'll take the town hall all the way to 5 stars. After that, he will tackle 2 storages of different resources and finally the dark elixir storage. Now at this point we can stop, but because we want to balance everything, let's put some traps here. We will place all the red air mines in his care and 2 seeking air mines, resulting a total of 209 days for this builder. Builder 2 dives into the lab upgrade first because science is power, even in Clash of Clans. Once that's done, he will do the heroes. Now technically, a different builder is doing the hero hall upgrade, but as soon as builder 2 is done with the lab, the hero hall will also be upgraded. So place that one here and the builder will be busy upgrading all the heroes. Now the timeline will be completely different if you use 2 builders on your heroes. So we will talk about that in details later in the hero hall. But for now, this builder will be busy for about 256 days. That's a lot. Third builder will be upgrading the multi-archer tower, the new one up to level 3 and the 2 older ones to level 3 as well. After that's done, he will go in the beginning and supercharge them once, going back, supercharge them twice. And to balance things off, he will do all the small bombs followed by 1 giant bomb, taking a total of 210 days. Builder number 4, he's doing the new archer tower as well as the new merged cannon. Let him also upgrade the older ones and he will be basically taking all the ricochet cannons to level 3 and then supercharging all of these defenses once and then twice. And after that, he'll be doing the giga bomb, 5 seeking air mines and finally 1 giant bomb. This will result in a total of 206 days. Followed by builder number 5. He was the one who was actually doing the hero hall, so once that's done, we transferred that to builder number 2's block. But after that, he'll be doing the bomb towers, then the wizard towers, then going all the way back, supercharging them once, and then again. And finally, he'll be doing 2 giant bombs. This will result in a total of 203 days. Finally, builder number 6 takes charge of both the fire speeders. Not only that, he'll be also doing the air defenses, and then supercharging all of them. And yes, we'll have to balance him as well, so he'll be doing the giant bombs, and that should seal the deal. He'll be busy for about 195 days. We haven't accounted for the new traps. That's because in between upgrades, you will definitely have some extra time and extra resources. Pour that into these. The new storage levels are also not important. We already have got a lot of space, so you can ignore them and do them in the end. Also, the walls aren't that important in the current meta, as we already know that. So upgrade your walls only when you have surplus of resources. And that's about it. Now this is the whole timeline and the total number of days required. You can technically use 2 builders in your heroes, but to be honest, we have got lab upgrade on the other hand, and that will take more than 200 days anyways. So I'll advise to use only one builder on your heroes, and from time to time use the hammers and books. That should be able to significantly reduce the time required. That's it for the base guide. If you found this helpful, then I would really appreciate a like. And now let's move on to the next section. Fortunately, Town Hall 17 doesn't have overwhelming number of upgrades. We have just got 14 units, so let's make them count. Since we are in air-dominated meta, thanks to the two air heroes, dragons are first, and they work beautifully in different strategies. Next would be Dragon Rider. They are perfect tag team partners for the dragons. For those who prefer ground armies, we've got Thor up next. They pack a punch and pair well with other ground troops. To support the ground army better, we have got Wall Breakers next. With that, we can get higher level of Super Wall Breaker. Back to the air. Some players love Electro Dragons, so we will include them on the list. They might be slower than their cousins, but their Chain Lightning can turn the tide in battles. Next, we'll upgrade the Heal spell. At Town Hall 17, it might not bring drastic improvement, but it is always good to have them. We'll toss the Baby Dragon next. This versatile little guy is helpful in almost every air strategy. More air support, we'll do the Lightning spells next. It is helpful to take out the pesky air defenses. Next, the Dark Elixir troop, and this is the only one in the list, the minions. It's time for the Revive spell, which gives fallen heroes another chance to wreak havoc. From this point on, the upgrades don't impact the meta as much, so we'll start with the Recall spell, then the Wizard, Giant, and finally the Battle Drill. I kept this one for the end, because we can always borrow this one from the Clan Castle. All these upgrades will take about 205 days to complete. If you get hammer or books, prioritize using them early in the game, like on dragons or the Thor. That will maximize your firepower early on. Holding on to magic items too long isn't ideal. They are best used to give you an edge now. That wraps up the lab upgrades. You will dominate both air and ground strategies like a pro. Let's move on to the next section. Now we are here in the hero hall. So we will begin the list with the most important hero. He is useful in not only air, but also in ground strategies. The upgrade order of heroes might change depending on the equipment that we are going to use. We'll discuss that in details later. If you are using more air strategies, then go for Minion Prince. If that's not the case, and you typically use more ground strategies, then go with Queen. For air, we're gonna select Queen as number 3, then RC as number 4, and finally the King. For ground strategies, we're gonna keep our RC at number 3, King at number 4, and finally the Minion Prince at number 5 in terms of ground strategies. If you plan to upgrade just one hero at a time, then do Warden first, then max him out completely, then move on to the next one and do that hero completely, and so on. On the other hand, if you are doing 2 heroes at a time, then start with Warden, and depending on ground or air strategies, you can follow the upgrade order that I mentioned earlier. If you just upgrade one hero at a time, then it will take you about 240 days to complete the list. So use your hammers and books from time to time. That will surely fast up the process. With that being said, let's move on to the next section. So now we are in the pet house. All the things are already done, but if you have not maxed out something, then this is the order that you should follow. Some pets go with one hero only, while other can be paired with multiple heroes. With that in mind, we'll keep Phoenix at number 1. It can be paired with the King, the Warden, and also with the Minion Prince. It can be paired with RC as well, but that is pretty rare, and it cannot be paired with the Queen as often. At number 2, we'll have Spirit Fox. Usually we pair it with the RC only, and with that, she becomes unstoppable. At number 3, the Unicorn. Unicorn can be paired with the Queen or the Warden. The synergy is pretty good with them. Next is Angry Jelly. It can be paired with the Warden. This combination works well with fireball attacks, and since it's an air unit, you can also pair it with the Minion Prince. Next is Frosty. It can be paired well with the Queen, and sometimes with the Warden. Electro Owl being the next unit, another air pet, so we can pair it with the Warden and the Minion Prince. Next is Mighty Yak. It is usually paired with the King, and sometimes with the Warden when you are using Electro Titans. Then Poison Lizard. It can be strategically deployed to take out enemy units. Then finally we have got Diggy. Technically it can be paired with the Warden or sometimes RC. But since RC has got Spirit Fox, Diggy is now overshadowed. So that will conclude the pet house. And now we are in the blacksmith. This is not going to be an extensive guide, and we will count the things that will get you going. And at some point of time, I'll remake one equipment video again. That being said, let's focus on the king. We will just upgrade 2 equipment. If you haven't maxed those out, then it will be boots and the spiky ball. And that's it. The king is good to go. Over onto the queen next. We will go with the healer puppet and we will pair mirror clone with that. And if you want to do some extra specifically for air strategies, then the giant arrow. Coming to minion prince, I think I will not involve too much in his equipment. That's because later down the line, some really good equipment is definitely going to get released. So till then, I can take his things to a decent level. Up to that, the warden. And oh boy, we have got some options. Fireball, Eternal Dome, Healing Dome, and Raid Gem. You can focus on these 4. Pretty much every single strategy, like 90% of the strategies from Clash of Clans, branch out of these equipment. So if you just do these 4, you will cover most of them. Finally, RC. And we will be focusing on one combination only, that will be Seeking Shield and the Rocket Spear. A new equipment is coming out for RC, and I will not max that out right away, as it will need a lot of ores. And to be honest, that is good, but it is not exceptional. The current combination for RC is already cool. To delve deeper into this equipment, I'll make a proper video in a few days. But for now, if you just focus on these equipments, the things should work out pretty well. Now let's talk about the Apprentice builders. If you have unlocked this guy, then it's cool, but we will mainly focus on this guy. If you have some extra gems lying, then you can definitely upgrade him and he will boost your work in the lab. As compared to this guy, we already have got 6 builders, so upgrading him is not primary. If you have made up to this point, then I would really appreciate a like. And we recently completed 17,000 subscribers. I thank all of you for that. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.